Every single night, for about 2 hours, you go completely insane. You hallucinate vividly, you believe impossible things without question, and you do it lying inside a fully paralyzed body that has switched off your ability to move on purpose. We call it dreaming. And the most honest thing science can tell you about why it happens is, we genuinely do not fully know yet. For decades, the going theory was almost insulting. The idea, from 2 Harvard researchers in the 1970s, was that your brainstem just fires off random electrical noise during sleep. Random static. And your confused cortex, desperate for a story, stitches that noise into the nonsense plot you call a dream. Under that theory, your dream meant nothing. It was your brain misreading its own garbage. And that theory is not entirely wrong about the static. There really is a storm of activity in there. But calling the dream meaningless turned out to be a massive underestimate, because newer research keeps finding the same uncomfortable thing. While you lie there drooling and twitching, your brain is not malfunctioning. It is doing serious work, the kind it cannot do while you are awake. So here is the flip, and it reframes your whole night. Dreaming is increasingly understood as your brain's overnight maintenance and rehearsal system. Not a glitch, a scheduled job. 3 big functions keep showing up in the research, and once you see them, the weird movie behind your eyelids starts looking a lot less random and a lot more deliberate. Function 1. Memory. While you sleep, your brain replays the day. In studies on rats running mazes, scientists watched the exact same brain cells that fired during the maze fire again, in sequence, hours later during sleep. The animal was rerunning the track in its head, offline. Your brain does a version of this every night. It is filing the day, deciding what to keep. This filing happens in tiny electrical bursts called sharp wave ripples, mostly out of a seahorse-shaped structure called the hippocampus, your memory's loading dock. It tags certain moments during the day, then replays just those during sleep, shuttling them into long-term storage. Sleep deprives the brain, and this replay weakens or vanishes. The lessons stop sticking. The filing clerk never showed up. And consolidation is not just about saving. It is also about picking what to forget. You cannot keep every receipt, every passing face, every forgettable Tuesday. Part of the overnight job is deciding what is signal and what is clutter, and quietly letting the clutter go. Your dreams may be partly the visible side effect of that sorting. The brain triaging itself while the lights are off. Function 2 is the one that should genuinely change how you think about a bad night. One leading theory calls it overnight therapy. The idea is that your brain uses dream sleep to process emotion, to take the raw, stinging memories of the day and slowly strip the sting off them while keeping the lesson. You wake up, and the thing that felt unbearable feels a little more survivable. Here is the mechanism, and it is elegant. During dream sleep, the stress chemical noradrenaline drains almost completely out of your brain. For those minutes, you are in the only state all day where your emotional memories get replayed without the stress hormone attached. So you can revisit the painful moment in a chemically calm environment. Same memory, none of the panic. The brain reviews the footage with the alarm switched off. There is a real study behind this. People viewed emotional images, then saw them again 12 hours later. The group that slept in between reacted far less the second time, and brain scans showed their fear center, the amygdala, had calmed down, with the rational front of the brain back in control. The ones who stayed awake stayed rattled. Sleep, and the dreaming inside it, had done something the waking brain could not. This is why sleeping on it is not a cliché. It is a neurological event. The grief that flattens you Monday night is often genuinely lighter by Thursday. And not because you forgot, because your dreaming brain spent 3 nights metabolizing it, softening the emotional charge a little each pass. When this system breaks, in PTSD, the memory never gets diffused. The nightmare keeps detonating. Same trauma, every night, fully loaded. Function 3 is the one that sounds like science fiction but has real evidence. A Finnish neuroscientist named Antti Revonsuo proposed that dreaming is a danger simulator, a safe, internal sandbox where your brain rehearses threats, the chase, the fall, the exam you forgot to study for. Under this theory, your brain is running survival drills, practicing fear so the real thing finds you slightly less helpless. And the dream data backs it up unnervingly well. When researchers actually catalogue what people dream about, the content is overwhelmingly threats. One Finnish study of dream diaries found that around 2/3 contained a realistic threat. Not pleasant strolls, not paperwork, danger. Being chased, attacked, falling, failing. Your nightly entertainment is mostly horror, and that horror, the theory says, is the point. Think of it as an ancient flight simulator. A pilot does not crash a real plane to learn. They crash 1,000 times in a sim, safely, until the response is automatic. The theory says your ancestors who rehearsed the predator, the cliff, the rival, in their sleep, woke up fractionally better prepared. The ones who dreamed danger survived to pass on brains that dream danger. You inherited the simulator. Now, and this matters, threat simulation is a theory, not a settled verdict. Plenty of dreams are not threats, and critics rightly point that out. The same goes for all three of these. Memory, emotion, and rehearsal are the strongest contenders, supported by real data. But the brain is almost certainly doing several jobs at once, and we have not nailed the full picture. Dream science is genuinely unfinished, but here is the part that is not a theory. That is rock-solid mechanism, and it is the most quietly insane thing your body does. While all this dreaming runs, your brain throws a kill switch on your muscles. It is called REM atonia. During dream sleep, your brainstem actively paralyzes nearly every voluntary muscle in your body. You are, for those minutes, completely unable to move, on purpose. Why would your brain disable your own body? Because of what you are doing up top. You are running a vivid simulation of sprinting, fighting, falling, swinging. If your muscles got those signals, you would actually do it. Kick, punch, leap out of bed. So a cluster of cells in your brainstem, in the pons, clamps the motor system shut. The dream runs at full volume. The body stays bolted to the mattress. And the precision of this is the beautiful part. The paralysis is selective. It shuts down your arms and legs and torso, the stuff that would hurt you, but it deliberately spares your diaphragm and breathing muscles. Those keep working, sometimes even harder. Your brain locks down the dangerous machinery and leaves the life support running. It is not a crude power cut. It is a surgeon choosing exactly what to switch off. You know this system is real because of what happens when it breaks. In a condition called REM sleep behavior disorder, the paralysis fails, and people physically act out their dreams. They punch, kick, shout, leap from the bed, sometimes injuring themselves or a partner while fast asleep. It is rare, and it is not advice, just proof. The off switch is not poetry. It is a real circuit, and you are trusting it every single night. And occasionally that same switch glitches the other direction. You wake up before the paralysis releases, and for a few seconds, you are conscious inside a body that will not move. That is sleep paralysis. Terrifying, harmless, and just the off switch lingering a beat too long. Same elegant safety system, caught half a second out of sync. Your nightly straitjacket, briefly running late on its own release. So why are dreams so bizarre if they are doing all this serious work? Because of who is on duty. During dreaming, your emotional and visual centers light up hard, while your prefrontal cortex, the rational manager that handles logic and reality checks, goes quiet. So nobody is in the room to say, "Wait, that makes no sense." You accept a talking dog and a dead relative in your childhood kitchen without blinking. The fact checker clocked out. And that is not a bug, it might be the whole design. with the logical sensor offline and stress chemistry drained out, your brain can make wild, loose, creative connections it would never risk while awake. It can link distant memories, test strange combinations, rehearse the impossible. The bizarreness, the emotion, the lack of logic, these may be features, not flaws. A brain doing its messiest, most important work without supervision. So the next time you wake from something vivid and absurd, do not dismiss it as random nonsense. You just watched the maintenance crew work. Memories were filed, emotional wounds were rinsed in a stress-free bath. Old survival drills were quietly rehearsed, and the whole time your body lay deliberately paralyzed so you would not get up and join in. That is not malfunction. That is a system. And yet, for all that, the deepest question is still open. We can watch the replay, measure the chemistry, name the circuits. But why the brain renders all this work as a conscious, hallucinated experience you can remember, instead of doing it silently in the dark, nobody can fully answer. So every night, your brain runs maintenance you did not ask for. On a body, it locks down for safety and leaves you a strange little film about it. The one part, still hidden, is the part that makes it a dream.